Hello, welcome to Cars at 100, and today we're at XS Leasing and we're going to look at 2018 Volkswagen Atlas with 4Motion and technology. This is SE version of the vehicle that comes with permanent four-wheel drive. So very interesting. Basically the car is a brand new vehicle for Volkswagen, but this car has lots of interesting features inside and we're gonna go over them. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let's get into it. In order to enter this vehicle, you have this very nice key by Volkswagen. Even though it doesn't have surprisingly switchblade option, it is a very nice key and it's not that heavy in your hand. It's pretty cool actually. It's very miniature as well. And you have a panic button on the side, lock, trunk release, automatic remote start, and unlock, of course. You have a very nice logo by Volkswagen on the side as well. So in order to enter this vehicle, you have the grooved edge here when you lock the car, and behind this door handle you have the sensor to unlock the vehicle. And just like that, you can enter this Atlas. So in terms of the quality, guys, quality is very nice here. I like how there are lots of soft touch materials, even on the side here. Very nice feeling. This is hard plastic, very rugged feeling. Everything. You have a door pockets here as well. You have for the big bottle a very good pocket here. You have speakers here, very good door handles, automatic up and down for all four corners of the windows. You have the heated side mirrors and you can control them by this knob here. You have unlock and lock here as well. You have a alarm which comes with the theft deterrent system. Very nice feature as well. But overall very nice, but lots of hard plasticky materials, but they don't feel cheap. So overall I would say it's nice. So in terms of the seating position and seating in this car, this is a VTEX leather provided by Volkswagen. It is a nice feeling leather, really comfortable. You have a perforated seating here as well. Plenty of bolstering here on the sides and on the top as well. Regular Volkswagen seating and a very roomy feel even when you enter, and it's very well accessible features in terms of how to enter. And you have as you can see here, all-weather floor mats that comes with this vehicle as an option. So let's jump inside. Very good feeling closing the door. And as you can see here, wow, what a roomy vehicle this car is. I will tell you right away, it's a very good feeling here. Even though leather, you know, it's not a leather, it's a leatherette material. It smells at first, you know, it's gonna be mixed feelings about the leather feel. leatherette feel. Let me correct myself once again. But overall, I would say it's a nice feeling throughout this dash. And you have a shift knob that is leather wrapped, as well as the steering wheel. So that's good option here. You have here options for the steering wheel as well. You have options to control the middle section of the speedometer and the tachometer. Right in the middle there is a section there, and you have here options to control the infotainment system on the right of the steering wheel. You have you can call, you can basically use Bluetooth here. You have a track seat forward and backwards, so very good options on the steering wheel on the right, as well as on the left as well. You have adaptive cruise control and the volume option buttons here as well. Very good Volkswagen logo in the middle. Very nice feeling. You have a 10 and 2 that you know, you feel like a little bit sporty feeling when you drive this car. Very good stocks as well. Good quality on them, even though they feel like plasticky materials, but they don't feel cheap, so that's good. That's really nice as well. You have basically speedometer and tachometer in a very good and bold letters and very visible to your eye. And speaking of that, let's not wait any longer and start this car. And you have the option here. You have a remote you have an engine start button here. So by pressing the pedal down, the usual, you can start the vehicle. And just like that, car comes to life. And as you can see, this is a very, very well appointed and very well in terms of technology vehicle as well. You have a very good and big screen here that has touch sensors, and as you can see, when my hand comes close to screen, it gives me broader options, so I can have bigger, more options when you know, I'm ready to manipulate the screen. So that's really good. You have volume knob here, which is nice that they have integrated, and you have here the track knob as well. So that's really good. You have a climate control here. This is 3-way climate control in this car. You have a heated seats on for the front passenger and for the driver as well. You have an automatic engine start stop button off here. You have a hazard button here, of course. You have a USB buttons, outlet here, connection, and for the aux as well. You have a 12-volt power outlet here as well. That's really good. And you have a rugged feel here for the rubbery feel. If you put something, it won't slide around. The screen will show you what type of options you have, and you can also change it by pressing it like that with the touch. Very nice, very good storage here in the middle. You have one more USB outlet connection there as well for the wire, and very big, very roomy. I have a big hand. If you would compare this to the steering wheel, so it's a very big section here for the storage in the middle, and it's pretty deep as well, I would say. So that's really good. So this is a powerful engine as well. This has 276 horsepower in this car, so it's a V6, but it is a little bit you know, low on the gas mileage, but it's a big vehicle, powerful vehicle, and it has 4-wheel drive, 4Motion. It's a permanent all-wheel drive system that this car comes with. So I would say that it's a very good option if you want to use this car every day, or maybe go sometimes off-road. You know, I would say that this car would qualify. And for $40,000, a little bit over $40,000, I would say this is a very good choice of a car. As you can see right now, I'm sitting behind the steering wheel of this very nice, I would say, 2018 Volkswagen Atlas. This is a brand new vehicle by Volkswagen. It's a brand new SUV that comes with many interesting options. And this car, this actual car, has a SE package on it with V6 and technology package. So it's a very nicely appointed as well, even though it comes with leatherette surfaces. still, this car, for the price that it has and for the features that it offers, I think cannot be beat right now on the market. So let me prove it to you. So this car comes in with 4Motion all-wheel drive system. In terms of the driving ability, drive mode selection you have here for the different terrains of the vehicle. You have a snow option, you have a road option, you have a mountain option or rough terrain option, and you have here option for the individual setup, so you can adjust it yourself whatever you like. In terms of the steering wheel, you have a power operated heated, and in terms of the steering, you have a power operated steering wheel, and this is a very nicely feeling steering wheel for such a big wheels that this car has, and for such a big dimension that this car has. This steering wheel is very light to operate and very comfortable. Also, you have power operated heated side mirrors with integrated turn signals on each side, of course, and the heated windshield washer nozzle. This is very convenient for the cold weather climates. One of the nice features for this car. You have also, if you want to tow something with this vehicle, you have a trailer hitch preparation in the back as well. So if you have the feeling that you need to operate a trailer in this car, to tow a trailer, also you have 4-corner independent suspension in this car. That is very good for the off-road ability of this car, and that's why this car is capable for off-road usage. Also, you have start-stop button, which I mentioned, that turns off the engine when you're on a traffic light, and turns back on when you let go of the brake, or engine automatically starts without any hesitation, and you're good to go. You have also 18-inch wheels. Even though these are big tires, this is one of the features why this car is so comfortable on the road. When you have these 18-inch wheels, you feel more comfortable. This car also comes with 20-inch wheels with R spec that this car would have with a sporty oriented feel from the exterior, something that I would choose, but you would sacrifice a little bit of a comfortable feel because the wheels will be 20-inch instead of 18, and you would have less rubber on them, so keep that in mind as well. You have all-weather tires available also for this vehicle, and I mean, all-weather tires come with this vehicle, this exact vehicle, but if you opt for 20-inch wheels, you will also have all-weather tires. So overall, in terms of the exterior, that's about it. In terms of the interior, this car has very interesting features, and a couple of features that I really like with many other features that this car comes with is Climatronic 3-zone ultimate climate control. So what it does is basically you have a two-way climate control here, and in the back you have one more climate control for the separate the back zone of this vehicle. So since this car is a 7-passenger vehicle, this is a very nice feature to have. You have also adaptive cruise control that I have mentioned, and it will maintain the speed for the car ahead, and it will slow down if the car slows down in front of you. But I would also advise you to not be so sure that this system controls everything. This is not autonomous driving. Still, you have to be aware of everything on the road and be careful. So this car also has a remote start, very nice feature for climates that have colder weather, also with hot weather as well. If you have set up air conditioning, this car will you can automatic start this car and it will cool off inside before you enter it, or it will heat up if you have a heat on for the winter climates, and when you remote start it, you don't have to go outside to the vehicle. You can just remote start it and step off your house and enter the vehicle right away. So that's a really good feature as well. So what else is interesting here? Like I mentioned, this is a VTEX leather, but this leather is it's a leather red. Let me correct myself. This is a VTEX leather red that this car has. You have also 60/40 split folding second row with third row easy entry. So that's a very nice feature as well, because this car has 7 passengers. This car can have 7 passengers in it. Very convenient for big families as well, this car. You have also 8 speakers in this car. Even though this is not a high premium sound system that the car comes with, you can up this car with the premium Fender premium audio system, but this system that this car comes in standard is not bad actually. It's I would say it's one of the best standard speakers I've heard, and it's pretty loud, you know. I haven't tested it all the way and fully, but I will tell you that there's gonna be plenty enough for those who want to just listen to music and you know, don't really need high-end sound system. Okay, so in terms of the safety of this car, if you're concerned about big size of this car has a rollover sensor, so it will be prevented if this car has any feeling on a road that it might flip or roll. Don't worry about it, because rollover sensor system is available with this car. And hill descent assist is also one of the good features for this car that is also available, that it will help you descend the hill more comfortably. You have side curtain protection, head airbags, all 3 rows, which is very important safety feature that this car has. You have anti-theft alarm system with immobilizer theft deterrent system, so it's a very good feature. You don't have to install aftermarket alarm system in this car. It comes standard from the factory, so that's a really good feature as well. You have child safety locks on rear doors, very nice feature as well. Tire pressure monitoring system that is available in this car. You can basically, what it does to you, what it shows to you is that what type of tire pressure you have on the wheels, and that's really good as well. So in terms of the technical aspects of this vehicle, I've mentioned to you that this car has 276 horsepower, but this car has 3.6 liters VR6 engine, so that's pretty powerful, and it's 266 pound-feet of torque as well, so that's really nice. And you don't have to use premium gas for this vehicle. You can just use regular unleaded in this car, so that's a very nice feature as well. You have 4-motion all-wheel drive system that I have mentioned before, but you have a very interesting curb weight in this car, which is something that I was surprised actually. So the curb weight for this car is 4502. It's a little bit on the heavy side, but it's a big vehicle. This is actually a bigger vehicle than X5. That so it is something to consider when you're buying, when you're comparing these two vehicles. This is a bigger vehicle. This car sits 7 passengers, and one of the reasons why it is that heavy is because of all the safety and all the size that this car has. But overall, is pretty good. And you have a 4-motion all-wheel drive system permanent here, and it's a pretty good safety feature as well. In terms of the suspension, independent wheel suspension, coil springs and telescopic up front, and you have multi-ring suspension, coil springs, telescopic shock up back as well, and standard all 4 wheels with electronic brake pressure. You have anti-lock braking, so of course in this car, but it's one of the features that I think this car is good with. So overall, I think it's a very nice car. Let me know if you like me doing these things like this in terms of the technical aspect of the car. It is just some of the features that this car has. I decided to highlight the most important ones and let you know about them. But overall, the only downside I would say about all the technology package that this car has is there is no navigation system for this car. But in our day and age right now that we live in, I think it's very useful to just use a cell phone with Google Maps or just Apple Apple Maps. it is so convenient. You can just put your phone here and you can just use your phone. But of course, if you don't have unlimited internet, that would be a hassle for you. But I would say that soon cars won't need to have navigation, so I think that's not a big drawback. As you can see right now, I'm sitting in the back of this 2018 Volkswagen Atlas, and it's a really nice place to be in. This is a very good option here. You can charge. You have 2 USB charge outlets in the back of this car. That's really nice. So you have one more climate control, one zone climate control for the back as well, which is worth noting. And you have curtains here that you can have like this. So overall, very nice feeling in terms of the design. And the same as up front, you have very good leatherette materials everywhere. And I would say this car is very roomy. You have lots of headroom, lots of legroom, and overall very good quality. Very comfortable in the back to be, and I think it's one of the roomiest vehicles I've been in. You're looking at Volkswagen Atlas's V6 engine that has 3.6 liters and 276 horsepower with 266 pound-feet of torque. You can use regular unleaded gas for this engine. You don't have to use premium gas. Also, this car weighs 4,502 pounds. In terms of the miles per gallon, this car gets in a city 18 miles per gallon. On the highway it gets 24, and overall combined mile per gallon for this car is 20. As you can see, this trunk is pretty big, and you can drop down the seats, and this is 7-seat passenger car, so you can have 2 seats all the way back drop down, and you have more cargo space. But even if the seats are all the way up, all of them, you still have a pretty good amount of space in this car. So overall, very good trunk.